Well, hi everybody. Kayla here, Zyra Yoga. Welcome to your practice. If there are any health goth yogis out there watching this, you might recognize where I am right now, which is Health Goth headquarters in Boston, aka Crystal's house. And yeah, I just wanted to bring you through a little hip flow. We'll probably do 20 minutes. We'll see. And hopefully it feels really nice. So we're going to start laying on our backs. Go ahead and find a nice comfortable shape with your body. I'm going to go feet flat, knees dropping in. Just taking a moment to kind of check in with how you're feeling. Noticing any tightness, tension, sore, pain, especially in the area around the hip. Maybe noticing your breath before you start to change it. The next time that you take an inhale, fill yourself up with air, expanding. Exhaling to release out through the mouth. Let's go one more time. Expand. Release. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Starting to find that long and smooth inhale and exhale. As you're here, if you aren't already, take your feet the width of your mat and let the knees drop in towards each other. Maybe the soles of the foot rock to the inside edge and just notice how it feels. As you're ready, we're going to take our leave your left leg how it is, so dropping inward, and then right knee is going to drop open, and we're going to let both knees kind of go towards the right a little bit. Your feet are staggered nice and wide. And then staying right here with the right leg, bring your hand to the inside of your right thigh, and you're just going to take your left leg and start to open it up. And it might not go all the way, so mine's only can go that far. And then drop it back down. So we're just trying to open it as far as you can before you start having to lift the right leg up. Dropping down and lifting and just taking it a few times. Kind of noticing any sensations you're feeling here. One last time, trying to draw up the left leg, letting it drop back down, and then maybe reaching back left arm, finding your way into a twist. And we'll slowly draw knees back to center and let them go to the other side. So we're dropping both knees towards the left. Legs are pretty staggered. Left hand will go onto the left knee, and then we're going to try to lift up the right knee, and it might not go very far, and then drop it back down. So you're trying to keep left leg from moving, just finding that little bit of rotation open with the right leg. This side might feel different than the last. Let's go 2 more times, trying to lift up and back down, and last time trying to lift up and back down, and then we'll open back up through center. Take the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop open, and it might feel good to take the hands inside the thigh and kind of stroke away from the pelvis towards the knees on the inner thigh muscle. Noticing anywhere that feels particularly not pleasant. And then we'll draw our knees back up, take the knees in, give yourself a hug, and just rock around a bit. Maybe taking it all the way up, soles of the feet together, leaning forward and then leaning back. So you can bring your hands behind you and then lean forward and lean back, and then keep that going a few times. Something popped up on my phone, so I'm just going to hit the dismiss button. There we go, so I can see what's happening. on the screen. Okay, so we're taking that forward and back a few times and just seeing how that feels. It could be really intense as you go forward. And then let's take it back through center. Take the soles of the feet to the ground, lifting up through the chest. We'll drop knees to the right and knees to the left. It might feel good to really lean back if you find on the glute, maybe a little bit of piriformis massage right here on the side of your butt, around the glute med area. And then you can go ahead and come all the way over. I'm just going to flip straight over, finding your way into all fours. Spreading the hands out nice and wide. Drop your belly. Let your chin lift. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, draw that belly in, rounding through your back. Belly down, chest up, inhaling. Exhale, rounding. Coming back through that cow pose one last time. We'll cat one last time. And then draw yourself through center. We're going to tuck our toes under. Hover the knees. Find a little bit of lift. Draw in through the belly. Press the ground away. And then left knee is going to try to open. Bring it to center. And then right. So we're doing a little bit of strengthening for the core, for the hips. If you want to, you can drop your knees. We're just doing a little opening and closing a few times. Thighs are going to start to feel a little bit of fire. Go 3, 2, last one. Dropping down, left knee rises up. Take it into a circle out towards the outside edge and in. So you're going back and then out for the first few. And then we'll go in and out and around. So in towards the chest, open out, take it around for 2 and 1. Open out like a fire hydrant, kick the leg, drop the foot, and then let the belly drop. Ooh, that's exactly where it hurts for me. So hopefully getting a little bit of inner thigh stretch here. And if you want, you can cat and cow. So you come off of that stretch a little bit. And then as you lift your tailbone, hopefully get a little bit more. 2, last time. As you round this time, pull your left heel in and we'll rock side to side. And slowly coming through center. We're going to send the left leg all the way back and then draw the knee forward, ankle across to the opposite side. So you're coming towards a pigeon. And we're just going to slide back. And I know you're not super warm here, so stay up high, pop a block underneath your bum if you want. I'll put one under mine just for a little encouragement. And then we're going to bow and come up. Bowing down and lifting. 2 more. Last time. Lifting up, tucking under the right toes, lifting the knee. We'll step back and drop down the left knee. Bringing yourself through that cat and cow shape. I'm going to turn around because there's no space for me to do all that on the other side. We're coming back through center. We're going to draw the right knee open to the back and then in through center. Circling around a few times. Noticing if this side feels different. My left one is the one that's bothering me today. And then we'll take those circles the opposite way. So towards the back, around and center. The next time that you have your knee out like that fire hydrant, we'll kick the foot out, let your belly drop, tailbone up. Whew. And then if you want, you can cat and cow. And kind of notice how this feels. So my left side, definitely not okay today. And even while I'm here, I'm feeling this on my left oblique. And I didn't feel that on my other side. Let's go 2 more. Last time. As you start to round, we'll draw the right heel in and then rock side to side a couple of times. Yikes, that feels intense. And then we'll come back through center. We're going to send our right leg all the way back and then draw the knee towards the wrist. Ankle is going to go across in front of the opposite knee, finding pigeon. Maybe you pop a block under your bum. Come up onto your hands, deep breath. And if it feels okay, we'll just bow down and up a few times. So you don't have to have your right foot parallel with the top of the mat like you would in like a really deep pigeon, or like what people say you should be doing in a pigeon. Let's go one last time. Lowering, taking it up, tucking under the toes, lifting the left knee. You'll send the right leg back, and then come back into all fours. Wag your tail a few times. We'll tuck our toes under, send the hips up, and come into down dog, pedaling the legs. Seeing how it feels. Can you press the ground away a little bit more with the hands? And then we'll settle. Maybe a little shake of the hips. Side to side. Then taking your feet wide, toes to the corners. I like to have my big toe right on the edge of my mat and my little toes kind of off, but sometimes I have to adjust once I'm there. But we're going to walk our hands halfway back. So you're in this like long forward fold or short dog, toes out to the corners, and we'll lower the hips and then lift them back up. And just dynamically moving into Malasana a few times. If you need to stop short, that's totally fine. Just coming as deep as you can. If your heels start to lift, that's okay too. We'll work on getting heels lower each time. And maybe never. If your ankle bones don't allow it. But if it feels okay the next time you're down, go ahead and relax. Try to press the knees open. And then you can stay right here. You're welcome to plop a block under your hips if you really need it. But if you can, try to avoid that. So we're not just dumping into it. You might even press into the feet like you're going to lift. And we're going to take the hands and tip forward and then rock back. So we're getting a little bit bigger opening in the inner thighs. So you're just rocking, toes are staying on the ground, forward and back. One last time, maybe you hold this time and rock side to side. And then we'll come back up. Send your hips up. Turn your toes forward, grab opposite elbows, and hang upside down. Shaking the hips, shaking the head. And releasing, slow roll up to standing. Coming all the way up, roll your shoulders back. Maybe roll them a few times. It might feel good to bring the arms behind. Moving your head around, shaking the arms. Okay, I want you to find a wall. If that means that you have to take your computer or your phone with you away from your mat, that's fine. We're going to come to the wall, and you're going to sit back against it to where you can kind of have a little bit of an angle in your feet. And then right foot is going to come onto the wall. And you're going to sit back like you're squatting. And see if you can find a nice squat back and forward. If you need to adjust your feet, that's fine. So we're squatting back to try to touch our butt against the wall and back up. So I might step this foot a little bit further back, sit back and up, depending on how low you want to go. And then the next time that you're down, you're going to stay down. We're going to open our right knee up and then try to close it. So you're kind of turning your whole upper body towards that left side, opening up and then closing down. Trying to keep your left leg nice and stable, sitting back against the wall. 2 more. The next time that you're open, go ahead and hold. Maybe turning your chest a little bit more, and then we'll close and hold. Yikes. And then come back through center, planting down your right foot so that it's even with the left so we can do the other side really easily. So planting left foot, we're going to start by finding where it feels comfortable, and you're going to sit the butt back and up. So you're just doing a little squat, pressing into your right heel. Two more. Last time going back, and then you'll open, kind of turning the chest towards the left, and then closing, turning the chest towards the right. And hopefully you feel a little compression on your glute on the right side when you open, and feel that stretch on the glute as you close. This side might feel different. Mine sure does. We'll just go a couple more times. The next time that you open, can you hold there, turning your chest a little bit more? And then we'll close, holding there. And then find center. Releasing. Give your hips a little shake. Finding your feet to center. I'll keep facing you. You can stay near the wall that you're at. We're going to sit our hips back. finding your way towards like a little bit of a chair pose, and then right leg's gonna come up, and we'll bring ourselves into a seated or a standing figure four. Hold on to something if you need to. Flexing in the right foot. The deeper you go with the chest and the standing leg, the more you're gonna feel it. So if you stay up high, little stretch here. If you can go low, take it low. If neither of those feels good, cross it in front of the opposite leg and try pressing open, just to where you can. Bring yourself back up. Go ahead and take a moment. Find your balance into your right foot, left ankle across, and we'll swoop, sit down again. Try flexing in your foot just to get a little bit more stability. It might feel good to move or stay still. Yikes. And then let's bring ourselves up. Whew. Shaking it off. If you're at your mat, go ahead and find your way to the back. Taking the feet hips width, bending into the knees, find your fold. Crawling yourself back out into downward facing dog. Taking a moment here. It might feel good to turn the toes to the right, send the hips to the left, chest back towards the left side, and through center, heels to the right, chest towards that right side. And then we'll come through center. Just drop your knees, crossing at the ankles, finding your way back to that seat. Feet the width of your mat, and then drop them in towards each other and see how it feels. My right one now feels tighter than my left here. And then can we do like we did earlier? So you can keep both hands on the ground. If you need to, maybe you bring your right hand a little closer so your left hand can go onto your left knee. We're doing the opposite of what we did on the ground. So we're keeping our hand on our left knee. See if you can open your right leg out and then bring it back in. Ooh. If that feels really crunchy, try laying on your back to do it instead of sitting up, because this is a big closing of our hip joint if you need it to be more open. Rocking to the outside and in. 2 more. Last time. And we'll drop it in. Switching sides. Holding on to the right leg. Left knee is opening and closing. Opening and closing. Just seeing how it feels. Let's go one last time. And then we're going to take our legs wide. So bringing feet as wide as you can. I like to bring my hands to kind of pop myself up for a moment, move the flesh away, finding a nice tall seat. Hands are going to come right to your ribs. We're going to inhale into the hands. So think laterally breathing. And then just let it go nice and slow through the mouth. See if you can let your legs relax a little bit. Inhale into the hands. Exhale slowly through the mouth. You might feel like tipping forward a little tiny bit. Inhale into the hands again. As you exhale, maybe you tip forward a little bit more, but think about the toes going back so you're starting to engage the legs a little bit more. Let's go one more time. And then as you exhale, maybe the hands can come down to the ground. If you can lay flatter than this, you're welcome to. This is just all I have. And if it feels okay, let's rock the upper body side to side. Thinking about the hips staying exactly where they are. So you're not rocking the hips. You're just kind of moving the ribs to crunch over to one side and the other. And then if it feels good, we're going to tip towards the left and then kind of reach the chest forward in a half circle over to the right. And then to the other side, nice and slow, just reaching, noticing how it feels. Let's go one last time that last way. Hands behind you, leaning back, take your toes, try to point them backwards, and then up, maybe in the tiniest bit. I want you to think about your whole leg moving, so it's from your femur all the way up into that thigh and not just the knee and feet moving. So rotating the whole thing. You might notice one leg gets a little bit more internal rotation than the other. Just seeing. It might not internally rotate at all. And then hands under the knees. Slide the feet in, soles of the feet together, holding on to the knees. Give the knees a little bounce. Lifting up through the chest, and then pull the chest forward and notice the sensations you feel. Inhaling to come back up. Taking the feet a little bit wider, holding on to the feet and pulling your chest forward so you're getting a little deeper into those adductors. Try to keep the feet a little wide. Coming back up. And you go one more time. Pulling them as you pull yourself forward. So I'm not going very far. And then we'll draw back in. Take the knees in. Slowly lowering onto your back. Right knee only, hand on the knee. We'll draw a big circle. Actually, I'm going to take my hand to my inner thigh to kind of support a little bit more. But I'm going to draw a circle down, out, and around. And then bringing the knee back in. Right foot's going to go down, left ankle crossing over right thigh, and then draw the legs to the left side. If you want, right arm could go over your head. And then we'll release the left foot off, rock back through center. Right foot stays on the ground. Take the hold of the knee or the inside of the thigh on your left side, and then draw those circles, taking it around. Seeing how it feels on this side compared to the last. And then as you're ready, you're going to take your left foot down to the ground. Right ankle is going to cross over to the other side of the left knee, and you'll draw both legs to the left for a twist, reaching up or out to the side with the left arm. And just relax there for a moment. And then when it feels good, releasing the foot off, coming back through center. If you want to, you can lengthen your legs out, or you can start as we did before. You can come back to where we started. Knees in. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling everything out. One last time, fill up. And then just allow yourself a moment to relax and rest, exist. I encourage you to stay in Shavasana longer if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and come up out of it, mostly because I fear my phone will die if I stay here too long. So if you're ready to move on with your day, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe finding other movements, it might feel good to lengthen, to draw in. And then we'll slowly come up. Rolling the shoulders back, finding a nice tall spine. Let's lift the arms. Deep breath. Exhaling to kind of shake yourself out. And then bring the hands together or at the heart center. Taking a moment to remind yourself that you are enough. Giving gratitude to your body. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your month. I will see you next month. We'll do some sort of Halloween-y theme for October. If you have any requests or questions, you have my email. Send me a message on Instagram, whatever you need. Bye.